Okay, we're back on the show now. A more pleasant situation. Brickhouse has exited, and we want to take time now for, yeah, you can clap for that, too. Time now for our viewer mail segment. We have a letter, and not only a letter, but some pictures sent in this week from a young man by the name of Robbie Lott up in Trenton, Tennessee. So Jerry Lawler thought you might like to have a copy of the pictures that we took of Lawler's Army while in Trenton. The question is, how many games does your team play a year, and why did you start this team? Also, he said, thank you for coming to Trenton. And I think, do we have a shot there of... there, look at there. That was in the newspaper up there of Robbie and myself there in Trenton, and we had a great time up there. A couple of great games in Trenton. And as far as your question goes, Robbie, as to how many games we play every year, it's just a situation where we, on Sundays, my team and I usually travel to different cities around the area to do benefit games, help raise money for different causes and things like that. And so we never know. We don't have a set schedule. I don't know exactly how many we play each year. Last year we played about, we usually play a doubleheader, so last year we played about 36 games or something like that, and we've already played several this year. As you saw, we were up in Trenton. We were just up in Osceola, Arkansas last week. And as a matter of fact, I'd like to let everybody know if there's any of the towns around the area or anybody that would like to have Lawler's Army come out to play some benefit softball games, we would be more than glad to make an appearance in your area. And all you have to do is get us your telephone number, write it on a card or letter or whatever, and be sure and address it to Lawler's Army, and just send it to the Channel 5 here, which we will give you the address. It's the same address as viewer mail, but just put Lawler's Army on there, and we'll get it, and we'll be glad to send you that information out there. Okay, Robbie, we want to thank you for writing in the letter and just for sending us that. Also, he sent me a whole book full of great pictures of us in action up there that day. Thank you for that. Show him what we're going to send to Robbie. Can we get a shot of it? There it is. We're going to send Robbie one of these shirts from the show, and that's exactly what we will send to you out there if we read your letter. And all you have to... What's wrong with my face? There it is. What we will do is if we read your letter, you're going to get one of these shirts from the show. So if you have a question for any of the wrestlers, anything you'd like to know from the guys, here's where you send your letter to. The Jerry Lawler Show, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. And the zip code is, of course, 38104. And that's the exact same address you can send to. Just put Lawler's Army on there, and we'll get back in touch with you and try to line up a benefit game if you'd like to have the King's Army come into your town, play some softball. I can't believe I go out on a trip to play softball on the Sundays. That's usually my only... It's like a mailman taking a walk on his day off, and I don't know why I do that. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and we've been doing it for years. A lot of guys on the team. As a matter of fact, we're going to have a feature in a couple of weeks on Lawler's Army with a lot of the guys that I've played ball with for years, went to high school with, and that sort of thing. Right now, what we want to do is we want to take a look at the action that's coming up at the Midsouth Coliseum tomorrow night. Are you ready for this? Big super card. Matches, of course, start at 8 o'clock. And it's a schools out special. All the students. We got a lot of students here in the audience with us today. Well, you can get into wrestling for only $2 tomorrow night at the Coliseum. And, of course, all the rest of the ticket prices are not raised. Regular prices, no increase this week. As a matter of fact, a decrease for students. $2 to general admission. And here's the card. The first match starts at 8 o'clock. And you're going to see the singing cowboy, John Bass. He had to sing he had to stop singing because of throat problems, right, Bob? Audience threatened to cut it. I know. It's an old joke. But anyway, Don Bass is going to be going up against John Paul in the opener, and that ought to be an exciting match to get things started off with. Then a 10-round boxing match. Now, Tojo Yamamoto is going to be taking on Tony Burton, and Tojo's had all sorts of these Oriental-type matches, judo jacket matches, kendo stick matches. Well, Tony's got a good old-fashioned American match there, 10-round boxing. Maybe he'll punch Tojo's lights out there. That'd be great. Anyway, that's the second match. Then we got a return match. Alan West going against Jack Hart, and these two guys just flat out don't like each other, and they're going to get it on again down there in the third match. Looking forward to seeing that one. What about Phil Hickerson yesterday? What a jerk, huh? Oh, man, he busted poor Billy wide open there with that chair. Apparently Tojo has really got Phil Hickerson thinking just exactly like Tojo thinks right now. He's managing him. And, you know, I've had Billy tell me, he said right here on the show and tell me 100 times what a great friend he was of Phil Hickerson. Well, it didn't look like it yesterday. Anyway, Phil busted Billy. Billy's going to have a chance to get even with him tomorrow night at the Coliseum. Then we got... What do we got? Ooh, Battle of the Giants. Big Bubba going against Earthquake Ferris. I don't know about an earthquake, more of a kind of a tremor, right? What do you think? Yeah, I think Bubba can handle this guy. Anyway, Earthquake Ferris has Bruno in his corner, and I'm just looking forward to the time when Big Bubba gets his hands on downtown Bruno. That's what I want to see. Anyway, there's the two big guys going to be squaring off, about 800 pounds of flesh going at each other there. Should be good. Then a Mid-America title match, the Moondog with Bruno is going to be going against Jeff Jarrett. But Jeff is going to have in his corner Big Bubba, so that should offset anything that Bruno's got in mind. And I think that most people will agree with Jeff going against the Moondog one-on-one. Who would you put your money on? Jeff. Yeah. All right, well, that's what we're going to be looking for tomorrow night. Then we got an international tag title match. This should be a super match. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. You know, when these two guys first got together, I thought, semi-successful, but you got to give them credit. These guys have really formed a really good team. They're so quick and so agile, and Pat Tanaka, man, he's got some devastating kicks there, and they've held on to these titles for a long time now. But that may all come to a screeching halt down there tomorrow night, because I don't think they've met a team like Rocky Johnson and Jimmy Superfly Snuka. These two guys should be an awesome team, and that should be a great match. So anyway, the international tag titles are at stake. And then, the one that I'm really looking forward to, Bill Dundee and yours truly against Austin Idol and Brickhouse Brown. And we're going to see if Brickhouse can back up all of those big, tough words he's been shouting. And everybody knows how bad I want to get a hold of Austin Idol. We got Tommy Rich out of action. We got Paul Dangerly out of action. We got Austin Idol left. And we're looking forward to getting rid of him and doing a little number on Brickhouse Brown in the process. That's all tomorrow night at the Midsouth Coliseum. Starts at 8 o'clock, a super card. We want to see you all down there. As we said, once again, the School's Out special. All school-age children from, gosh, I guess kindergarten all the way up through, if you graduated this year, you will get in for only $2 to general admission. So we'll see you there tomorrow night. And we're going to see you right back here with more of the show and Mike Glenn and one of his big-time boxers right after these words.